कुछ होने में और बहुत कुछ होने में इतना सा फर्क है, एक बार सोच के छोड़ देने में और लग के कर दिखाने में। मान लेने में कि जिंदगी ऐसे ही कटेगी और सुबह 4 बजे उठ के सोचने में ये अभी तो बस शुरुआत है। किसी मैगजीन को हाथ में लेने में और उसी मैगजीन के कवर पेज पे होने में इतना सा ही तो फर्क है। वीआईपी सीट में और उसकी पिछली सीट में इतना सा ही तो फर्क है। वो जिसका मैदान ही खुला आसमान है, वही कल जमीन पर तो था। पूछोगे तो बताएगा वो पंछी, ये एक दायरे में सिमटने में और पूरी दुनिया को दायरा बनाने में बस इतना सा फर्क है। इतना कितना है? इतना है या इतना है? जो नापेगा वो जाने कि जहां धरती और आसमान मिलते हैं, नानकुर से दूर, अगर मगर शायद से दूर, वहां भी दोनों में फर्क बस इतना सा है। धरती और 7वें आसमान में फर्क बस इतना सा है। ये एक अंतर प्रेरणा है। ये हमारी, आपकी, हम सब की अंतर प्रेरणा है। एक कदम, एक छलांग, एक बाजी, एक गहरी सांस और एक ललकार खुली हवाओं में कि हाँ, मैं बना हूं उन फिजाओं के लिए, कि हाँ, मैं बना हूं उन ऊंचाइयों के लिए जो ऊंची तो बहुत है पर नामुमकिन भी नहीं, क्योंकि मुमकिन और नामुमकिन में बस इतना सा फर्क है। धूप छांव में फर्क बस इतना सा है। तो बस चलिए फ्रेंचाइज इंडिया के साथ ये फर्क मिटा देते हैं। फ्रेंचाइज इंडिया।
Good afternoon, friends. A very warm welcome to our business opportunity over chai. And this special edition business opportunity over chai will help you to understand the greatest business opportunities that we franchise India specially brings to you. Business opportunity over chai presented by management team of Franchise India, Mr. Gaurav Malia, Chairman at Franchise India Group, and Ms. Sonia Chaudhary, MD at Franchise India Brands Limited. Every day, 12 o'clock, we launch a new brand to explore new business opportunity. Today, we have invited a great brand come from the region of Rajasthan, Shristi International Group. Shristi International School, a name known for quality education, is a pioneer in imparting all-round development and fostering all-round growth in early learners by using modern technology along with a regular curriculum. With the support of hierarchical organization structure, Shristi Group has positioned itself to be the one of the most dynamic, flexible organization that can accommodate the needs or requests of its associates. To know more about this business opportunity, we have invited the team of Shristi International School, Mr. Abhishek, the director of the organization, and Raghav, CEO. Welcome, Abhishek ji, over this platform.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
We can start now, Abhishek ji.
Yeah, hi. Hello, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to this presentation. It's a pleasure taking you forward to our proposal very quickly, and post sharing the proposal, we will have an open session. So starting with the Shristi franchise proposal. First of all, why anybody would come into the education industry? I think that is a lot of people, when they're looking out for franchise opportunity or business opportunities, come to a threshold where they need to understand which segment that they should be looking at. So pre-primary education and primary education is the fastest growing industry as of today. We see a huge requirement between the quality education and the demand for it. So this is a great opportunity for all those people who are looking forward to some kind of a business opportunity and some kind of franchise opportunity. It's a great opportunity to be part of the education industry. One, because it gives you is growing very, very fast. Focus on pre-primary education and primary education is very good. And now with pre-primary education is now part of the formal education. So it is going to be more structured, more quality, more regulated. So we feel that this industry is going to grow much faster now in post-COVID. So I think I welcome everyone to be part of this growing and wonderful opportunity. So I think we already have the points well grown. It's a growing market. Then it is in fact, for a lot of women entrepreneurs who want to get into a business which will be there for them on a half-day basis, where they can cater to their social needs post lunch. This industry caters to them very well, because largely this industry, especially the pre-primary segment, caters to the first half of the day. So this is a great opportunity for them to be productively engaged into something which is wonderful and which suits their requirement. So, and pre-primary education in comparison to the secondary and the high secondary does not have a lot of regulations by the government. So it's a less regulated industry. Again, it's a great opportunity. A lot of work environment. It's a wonderful to work with small children. It's a very humbling experience to be with the young ones and make a positive change in their life, because anything to do with their education and career starts here. This is the genesis of their education journey, first formal place that they get out of their house. So it's a great opportunity to be here along with the others to make a difference in their life. So it's a huge industry. Can we have the next slide? Why Shristi? We've been in a why Shristi International School is one with because of the experience that we have had. We have close to almost 16 to 17 years of experience into doing schools. When we started way back in 2005, 6, we started with little knowledge, but huge expectation and huge confidence. And we have the experience and the expectation. Initially, we started with our own schools because we wanted to test. We wanted to see whether we can make this a profitable venture. Once over years, we have done our own schools and we have done them profitably and beautifully. Then we thought that why not to share the learning, the experience that we have gained by doing our own schools with people with equal-minded mindset, with people who want to come into this industry and grow together. So that's why one very big factor is we bring a lot of experience on hand, on ground experience to the brand. And we have made our own brand very profitable, and we are going to replicate the same with our business partners. So this is what it is, and we have a wonderful team of teachers and planners and all-round support that we can give, that we have with the entire team that we bring to the organization and to the business partners. Next slide, please. Yeah, initially it was largely promoted by Ankur. She's my wife. She takes care. She's the academic director and the operation director with the organization. She comes with huge qualification, academic qualification, and huge experience into this. She does the entire academic and operation is being looked after by her. I look primarily into the administration, into the legal and the marketing aspect of the entire vertical. So both of us, we started a journey together in way back in 2005, 6, and I still remember that the first school that we started, we had 8 children, and she used to teach, and I used to ferry the children around, taking them, picking them up, and then dropping them back. And it's been a wonderful journey from there to growing to center, growing children, meeting parents, and creating a beautiful legacy, creating a beautiful relations with our parents, our children, and our teachers. So it's a wonderful teamwork that we have here, and it was wonderful to start working here. And next, please. Why Shristi's franchise? As I told you, the kind of support that we give is very, very extensive, because anybody who's taking a franchise, the most important thing is why are they taking a franchise? Is because of the experience, because of the support, because of the handholding that they require. And that is what we can give very effectively, because we are one of the schools in Rajasthan which has its company-owned centers very, very effectively run. And because we are doing so many schools of our own, we have a huge team which can support on ground, on offline basis very strongly. And multiple income opportunities is where we have, since we have been operating our own schools, we have developed a post-school curriculum also, where you can, from the same premise, you can deliver a lot of other programs which increase is the utility of the resources, and also improves the profitability of the whole venture. So it's a wonderful thing. We've been training our teachers for almost 15 years now. So we have our own SOPs in place. In fact, we do all the recruitment ourselves. We do the entire teachers training cell ourselves. We have a wonderful training module in-house where we do, which is online with the NEP and the required industry standards, and this is upgraded. We have an R&D department in-house which keeps upgrading the content that needs to be trained to take forward the new age teachers, to deliver the new age learning to the children. So this is a, I think, uniquely designed, easy to understand system. Yeah, SOPs are very well defined because we've been using it for so many years. Chop and turn has been part of it. So we've been upgrading our SOPs to suit the new standards of education. So we have very well curated SOP in place, which can be trained and delivered to all our business partners, to our teachers, everything. We have an R&D team, very, very updated R&D team, which keeps updating the curriculum, the content, what has to be delivered for what classes. We keep very close watch on what the government is saying, what the other consultants are saying, and keep incorporating the best educational methods into our school. And we give a lot of autonomy, a lot of ownership to our business partners, so they do not feel it's like working together as a family, because this is a very family oriented, this is a very personalized service industry that we are part of. So we give a lot of training and ownership right to our business partners, so they feel very strongly with the brand. And we keep upgrading ourselves because education is a very, very dynamic place. Things change very fast. The intellect level change very fast. This social environment changing very, very fast, especially post-COVID. So we keep upgrading ourselves. The vision is to grow very fast and to be more effective, to be more technology-driven industry, having more children which are using more technology programs. We design our own content to deliver it to the students. And we are very reasonably priced in terms of the finances. We are pretty reasonably priced so that the break-evens are much faster, and there is a huge profitability that we look at with our business partners. Can we have the next slide, please? Oh, yeah. So we're doing a small comparison about someone who wants to, who is looking to start his own school, and if they're wanting to take up a Shristi franchise. So what are the benefits of taking a Shristi franchises? The startup time is any business which is there on coming to the floor, the time of the business is very critical. So we move very, very fast with our team. We have all the team in place. So the startup time with Shristi is very fast. Once you decide on taking the franchise within, we look at close to 90 days where we are on the floor, up and running. 90 to 120 days is a lead time that we normally take to start the project. So that is how fast we work, because being based here with having a huge team, so that makes it possible. Brand, yes, the brand is already there. It's been there for uh, close to almost 10, 12 years. So the recognition is very fast. Cost of finance is, if we bring in a lot of knowledge of doing the right way of making up the centers, putting in the cost, putting in the furniture, the paints and the toys and everything. We bring in a lot of knowledge to it. So we do the right amount of mix of everything so that the cost remains well within the defined limits uh, for the project to start. And again, moderate and controlled cost is there. No over putting a lot of cost to the project. We normally would like to phase out the investment so that the project is very well constituted and very well uh, articulated in terms of the money that we are spending and the returns that we are getting out of that. Training, yes, that's a backbone. Training is super critical, right from recruitment of teachers, and not even teachers, the serving staff, the commuters. Every point we do the training. We have SOPs in place, so every point is taken into place. We train exhaust, and it's not a one-time training. It's an ongoing process. Every month we have either offline training or online training, but we make sure that every person who's part of this project comes on board and is part of a training program, so that they keep up themselves updated, and also to understand what are new things coming in, how we can get better than what we are doing. From franchisor, it's an ongoing support process that the handholding is very strong, because we understand that they're coming largely, a lot of people come from non-academic backgrounds. So that's why we need a lot of time for them to get comfortable with this. So till the time that they become comfortable, the handholding is very, very strong. In terms of advertising coverage and media, yes, that is there. We are present in every social media campaigns. You can check it out. I can share the details. We are there on every platform available. So there is basically we work on two areas of marketing. One is the close area marketing, because every preschool or primary school needs to cover their immediate catchment area. So we work very closely with them on the close areas, and also on a more macro level of marketing is also done to make them brand aware. Yeah, leads. We generate leads from website, from offline working. So we have a team that works with the business partners in their localized area, because that is where the students are going to come from. So we work very hand in hand on generating leads from the localized and the catchment area. Vendors is very important. The right product at the right price. We have a set of vendors which have been servicing us for so many years. So we share it with all our business partners, and at good price, good products. Recruitment, yes, we do recruitment ourselves. That's very critical. To have the right people in the right place is very important. So we do the entire recruitment ourselves and train them and make them capable people who can take forward the project. Or R&D, yes, it's always there, and it keeps evolving into new systems to take care of the new challenges, new changes that are coming into this industry. Yes, so it's such a great opportunity for people to come forward and be part of this franchise. Next slide, please. Our requirement is very simple. We need to have a good premise, because premise for us is very critical. The location is important that we are visible, because a good visible uh, project is half done. It's very important. So we understand what we do is we go and see the premise, we choose the right premise. So our team is there. So we have divided our teams into project team, the training team, and the operation team. So each department is taken care by experienced people to identify the right premise and to see that those premise is well uh, taken up. It is uh, curated for the need of the students and taken forward. Minimum of 2,000 to 3,000 square feet is, yes, that's what the academic thing is there, but we normally go with uh, the minimum number of rooms that we need. For a preschool. We need at least 6 rooms to 7 rooms to start with. For a primary till K5, we need at least 10 to 11 rooms to start. So what we do is, apart from the minimum area that we look at, we also look at the minimum rooms that we require. So that is also a consideration. That is why the right mix of the premise location and the number of rooms is very important. We have a legal team which takes care of all the lease documents and registries and other things. So that has been taken by the legal team. Yeah, we have a very well-defined structure on the infrastructure requirement, on the hardware and the software requirements that we need for the center to look good and be functional at the same time. So it's taken by the Greenfield team. Manpower is something that we do ourselves. We get involved into recruitment and training ourselves, because that's very important. People-centric work. So we need to have the right people at the right place. So that is what the focus area is. So very important. Yeah, we've been doing marketing for so many years, so we understand what works, what doesn't work. So we try not to overdo our marketing. So we do a marketing budget, we do a marketing and sales plan, very effective marketing and sales plan so that optimum amount of money and resources are used for the maximum reach to our people. All licenses, permissions, yes, we have a legal team which basically works on all the licenses and permission that is required for opening a center. So they would come in and they would advise on what are the licenses and permissions that are required for opening a center. Yeah. So as I told you, our support is almost is entire 360-degree support that we do, and we have the legal team to take care of the legal support that we have. We have the SOPs to take care of the school management, marketing. All marketing and collaterals are designed by us for every center, and all digital. We are present on all digital platforms. So that is there. We have an agency working for us to take care of this need. All the recruitment and training is done by us. We do the all the recruitment and training of people. So the franchise support is 360 degrees in terms of identification of property to the makeup to recruitment of staff and to reach out. So we do the entire franchise support into till the time this center is up and running. Counseling, yes, we do the counseling part. Initially, yes, we do the counseling part till the people at the centers are confident enough to do their own counseling. So we help them with the counseling part. The entire academic and non-academic support is shared in terms of the once during the training and periodically through the online or offline planners that we have, keep sharing it with them. Uh, Coming to financials, yes, as I told you, we're very reasonably priced because we understand that we need to grow and make this business profitable. So we have two investment plans. One is for a pre-primary setup. Pre-primary, and the word comes where we do largely 4 classes, where we do the playgroup, we do the nursery, KG, and the senior KG or primary or prep as it is called. So anybody who's wanting to get into pre-primary, the investment is 8 to 10 lakh rupees. Majority of the amount, the out of this 4 lakh goes into the franchise fees. The other go into makeup of the property and the material that requires for the start of the center. This is basically a 10 lakh. This is basically a 5-year agreement. After 5 year, if both the parties to the agreement are happy and confident, we renew the agreement at zero cost. So there is no renewal cost that we take, but we need to be comfortable working further with everyone else. And the royalty pattern is also very flexible, so that the comfort level is very large. And anybody who's doing wanting to do a K5 segment, the investment goes up by a couple of lakh rupees because the infrastructure is slightly bigger. So the makeup of the infrastructure is slightly more expensive. So that's why we look at 10 to 12 lakh rupees of investment into this kind of a setup. So I think rest everything remaining the same. Yeah, so I think GST, yes, the franchise fees now has the GST element also. So GST is there. So in terms of the royalty that I was talking earlier, we are very flexible on that, because we understand that our business partners need to make money, they need to be profitable. That's why we go very slow on this. So the first year's royalty is included in the franchise fees. We do not charge you separately for the first year, and post the first year, then the franchises are pretty okay with doing a annual support, technical and support charges, or they can do a per student charge, as we have mentioned here. So as per their comfort level, we work accordingly to it. So they can take a call ki which system and which format are they comfortable with. We are okay with this. This is a very typical procedure that we adopt for to identify and to close the property. We first inquire, the inquiry is coming in. Then once we have spoken to the inquiry, the proposal is sent to them. We do the meeting with them and the school visit. School visit also identifies if we need to look for a property, then we identify a property and do a property visit also. And then we, alongside with this, we do the signing of the agreement, that is the MOU or the franchise agreement. Then once that is done, parallelly we start doing the designing of the material, the advertisement, the inside material, the design of the building, etc. And parallelly we finalize the property, and then we look on the vendors and the detailing of the school that needs to come up. So this is, once the property is up and running, we start doing the marketing campaign. We design the marketing plan and do that. Parallelly, we also start doing the recruitment of people and start training of the people and decide on the launch plan. So this is the flow of the entire school, right from the inception of inquiry handling to the launch of the school. This is the flow that we normally follow. These are few media, then the few awards that we've been awarded with. Very happy that these been awarded to us, and the recognition basically is a motivator for something that you've done well, and keeps motivating to you to start doing, keep doing better. Activities is a very integral part of education. So we do a lot of activities with our children for a round growth age. So we call it Sampoon education. It's a 360-degree development of the child. So that's why we call it Sampoon education. Yeah, as I told you earlier, that we've developed an after-school program, because we've been doing a lot of schools of our own. So, and to utilize our resources optimally, it is very important that you utilize your properties for a whole day thing. So that's why we've designed an evening activity hub. So we do our own abacus, we do chess, dance, tutorials we do. So we've designed these programs, so anybody who's taking a school franchise is also taken through all these programs and shared these programs with them, so that they can start it at their centers also. Yeah, so that's our web page. Anybody is interested can go and have a look at it. Vision, I think we've already shared. Interesting, stimulating individuals for ready for the 21st century. That's our social media handles. You can go and have a look at it. Please be part of it. Comment and suggest improvements. Yeah. So thank you very much. That was a very brief into our what we have done so far, and how do you take forward anybody who's interested to work with us. I'm okay to take any questions if there are any, or how.
Thank you so much, Abhijit. Thanks a lot for joining us today and giving so much of information related to your brand. It was really insightful, and I'm sure people who are watching you live, they have got to know detailed information related to your brand. And congratulations, as you are coming up as a franchise. You're coming up as a brand to provide franchisees. As I can see, there are people who've been asking questions. They've mentioned their questions in the Q&A box, which I'm going to take up now for you. Mr. Mihir is asking what will be required investment and how many square feet place is required to start this franchisee?
Sorry. Yeah, thank you, Neha, for the question and taking it forward. Yeah, see, in terms of investment, I just shared the investment. All the investments that we mentioned for a preschool, we look at an investment to 8 to 10 lakh rupees. These are approximates. These are what the investments idea is purely out of our experience of doing so many schools over so many years. So specific properties may require less or more depending on the quality of the infrastructure that is available to us. So, but yet largely these are the ballpoint figures that we go with. So 8 to 10 lakh rupees is what they require for a preschool. And if they want to graduate to a primary school, which is still 5th standard, then the investment goes up by few lakhs. So it maybe end up by between 12 to 14 lakh rupees, depending on the quality of the infrastructure and the classes available to us. So that is the investment that is required. And area required is, again, preschool, we require minimum 6 rooms because 4 rooms will go into the classes. 1 room is the admin room and 1 is nowadays is an activity room because audiovisual is very, very critical. So we have 1 activity room which doubles up for a lot of activities. So that is the minimum requirement. If you have more, then more the merrier. But this is the minimum required with a little playing area, open playing area, which is very important for physical development of the children. And for the senior classes till 5th standard, we require minimum area which has at least 11 to 12 rooms because the 5 classes are primary and the 4 classes are pre-primary plus the admin room. And for the senior classes, we recommend 1 room which goes into IT because computer education, IT education is very critical. So we dedicate 1 room to library and IT. So we need at least 11 to 12 rooms that is required for a and investment we have already discussed. Thank you. I hope this answers the question.
Yes, it explained it well. There is one more question. Someone from Surat has asked, are you a preschool chain or pre-primary or primary school?
So we started as a preschool chain. So preschool and a pre-primary are almost synonyms with each other. So when we say pre-primary, we start with playgroup, go up to senior KG, 2 years till almost 5 years of age. And so we've started, but now we're doing our own schools, which are till 8th standard. And so we are a K8 school now. So we can guide anybody on K8. In fact, we can guide anybody on a K12 school also because we've been consulting a lot of K12 schools also.
All right, which is understood very well. Shrikant is asking, what about the syllabus which we cover?
Our syllabus is properly laid out, taking into account the NCF and the NCRT. We don't follow any state boards. We do not follow any 1-point agenda is where we follow NCF guidelines and we follow the curriculum which is guided by NCRT. Because once the children graduate to the board classes, I think NCRT is the parameter, is the benchmark. So that is what we take the children through this. Initially for a pre-primary, we have a blended curriculum. So we do a lot of Montessori, we do a lot of early childhood. So it's a blended curriculum because no single curriculum provides the kind of education that is needed at the pre-primary level. But as you keep growing upward into primary classes, NCERT is our basis for academics.
All right. What is this fee structure of students?
Okay. Fee structure for students is very dynamic because we have a huge socio-economic dynamism in our society. So with the present school structure, we have fee structure which starts from 24,000, 25,000 rupees annually, goes up to 50,000, 60,000 annually. So we need to understand the socio-economic structure of the area that we are planning to set up the school, and then work on our fee structure. So what we do is when we have a school set up, our marketing team goes around collecting the data of the area, and then we decide on this socio-economic structure and the fee structure, because we don't want to be very reasonably priced. At the same time, we do not want to be very highly priced, because always our catchment, our target segment has been always B plus target segment of any society, because they're the largest in the society.
Okay, understood. Hemang is asking, what is the target kid segment in terms of geographies?
I'm sorry. I think children of every geographical area requires good education. So we cannot.
That's true.
So we cannot basically allocate. Yes, but we normally, in terms of placing the school, in terms of having the physical school, we like to have them in areas which are very densely populated areas, because the catchment is going to be very, very dense, and there is going to be an immediate response to the center. And also the economy, the paying capacity of the people surrounding the area needs to be at least a high middle level. So that's our so that's what we try to understand and establish the schools in such areas.
Okay. How it's open for multiple income opportunities?
Yeah, as I told you, the property, normally the preschool segment in India, almost 75 to 80% of them are run out of lease premises. So once you start paying the lease, you have the property with you. In fact, the otherwise also have the property with you for the entire day. And normally the schools will get over by maximum by 1:30 or 2 o'clock. So you have the property with you for the rest of the day. So we've devised a lot of multiple programs that you can run out of the property post your primary schools, so that from the same premise with same set of people, you can run multiple programs like daycare. I think a daycare is a beautiful extension of your pre-primary and primary sector, where that's one, for the development of children, secondly for income also. So we've got abacus, we got spoken English. These are all in-house programs that we have developed, which we share and train our business partners on. So from the same window, multiple programs are there. So once you have multiple programs, the rest thing, all the other costs remaining the same. Yeah, once your income increases, that's why your profitability is much better.
Very well explained, sir. There is one more question I would like to take up. Shrikant is asking, what could be a teacher-student ratio for a play school?
Academically, as prescribed, we try to maintain 12:1 at the pre-primary level, and as you keep upgrading the children at the KG and prep level, we do 20:1, and at the primary level, from first onwards, we try to do 25 to 30 students per class. So that's because the smaller ones, the nursery and the pre-primary class, they need a lot of personal support. So that's why we try to keep a very small ratio. So every 11 student or 12 student would have one teacher. In fact, every class we try to have two teachers. So one teacher is the main teacher, the other is a support teacher.
Okay. Mr. Rupesh is asking, are you available in Punjab? If not, what are the top 5 cities you want to open in?
Punjab is not a focus area. Our focus area is Rajasthan and Gujarat, but we are open to any query that may come from within close proximity. The whole idea is not to expand very fast because the handholding and the support is very, very critical. खोलना बहुत आसान है पर सपोर्ट करना बहुत मुश्किल है. सो इसलिए हम बहुत दूर तक नहीं खोलना चाहते हैं, so that we may not, because we do not want to end up not being able to support. But Punjab is a next state to Rajasthan, so we are open to any queries that we may have from these areas. Perfectly fine.
Okay. There is one thing which I would want to ask you. Is there any government body involved in these kind of schools?
Yes. Every state government is part of the licensing authority. So now, earlier pre-primary education was exempted as it was not part of a formal education system, and it used to come forward as a community activity. जैसे आपको हर community में एक मंदिर होता है, एक है ना store होता है, दवाई की दुकान होती है, वैसे एक प्री स्कूल भी होना जरूरी था. But now with the new NEP coming in, they have taken pre-primary also into formal education. So there is a licensing which needs, जिसे हम मान्यता बोलते हैं हिंदी में, but that is mandatory to be taken from the state education body. So that is the only licensing. Yes, obviously, once you take up the building, then you need to have other NOCs also, like you need to have the fire NOC, you need to have the electricity board NOCs and XY. There are almost 4 to 5 compliances that you need to do to start. So that is part of the legal team. They'll take care of it.
Okay. And do you help in getting that licensing done also?
Yes, that's why I told you there is a legal team which is in place. They understand the legality of that particular area. Rajasthan, we are well aware because we've been operating for so many years. But yes, for the other state also, we have a fair idea. We've been reading their licensing policies of the state government. There's a little change for every state government. There's a little change here and there, but no major changes, which remains the same for pre-primary and primary education. Yes, we help in terms of documentation. Cost is by the franchisees, but yes, definitely we help in the documentation and understanding the whole thing.
That's really wonderful. It is a very important thing to be covered from the side of brand, actually, which you are already doing. There is one more thing which I would want to ask you. What is the criteria when we select a location for a preschool? Reason being, I mean, is there any criteria wherein you need a ground floor only? And I just want to understand, if, let's say, if we have an investor who wants to go for this kind of schooling, so what all he has to keep in mind to when he's finalizing or she's finalizing a location to start a school with?
Whenever anybody is looking for a premise, the most important thing, as you rightly said, yes, ground floor is critical because we have very small children coming in. In fact, we have children starting from 2.5 years of age who start coming in. So ground floor is very, very important. Because we do not want them to either go down to basements or step up to first floors. We can have the other classes on the upper floors, but yes, ground floor, at least 1 or 2 rooms on the ground floor should be there. So that is mandatory. Secondly, it should be ideally on a visible road, because otherwise if we are not there on a visible or a important or a main road, then our cost of marketing and advertisement increases drastically, because we need to make more people aware, so invest more into our marketing. And main road property is an ideal situation, especially when we are opening our first center, because you want to take everything positively in with your first venture. Once you are done, once you are experienced, and when you have multiple ventures, then you can you can experiment with it, but not with your first venture. So one, ideally on the main road. Yes, ground floor is important. Secondly, it has to be an independent property. We cannot afford to have anybody else going through the property or using some part of the property, because security of the staff, because largely there are a lot of lady staff which are working there. So so security of the staff and children is of utmost importance. So we would like to have an independent property, and ideally in area which has very strong social structure, and paying capacity is good. So these are important things that are needed. We also basically help in identifying the right property, because ultimately it is our brand which is important, which is there. So we go hand in hand in identification of the property also.
All right. Thank you so very much. Thanks a lot for joining us today. Thank you for sharing so much details, inputs with us, the team, the participants who are watching you live. I think this is all from our side, and if we'll come up with some queries, we are going to get in touch with you. So
Yeah,
thanks a
sure.
lot. Abhishek ji, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, and it's been a pleasure. Thank you, and wish everyone a wonderful day. Thank you very much.
Same to you, sir. Over to you, Harshika.
Thank you, Abhishek ji and Neha, for this wonderful discussion about the brand Shristi International School. Friends, for more details and to start this business opportunity in your location, you can reach us on our hotline number 9717683838. Also, you can write us on feedback@franchiseindia.in. If you are in Chandigarh right now or in Bangalore right now, the Franchise India doing its franchise show over there. You can do visit and log in or call us on our hotline number 9717683838 for more details about these locations. Thank you everyone for joining today's webinar.
Thank you.
Good
Thank you,
day ahead.
Rashita.